Hey y'all, how is everyone doing? We're back, of course, with the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. Oreo Jr., Scott, and myself, and we're gonna keep this adventure going. First, we're gonna jettison Oreo Jr. off into space over there, and we're gonna get started. Do you remember what happened last time, Scott?
They breathed in some gas and all passed out.
Everybody passed out, child. It's like I don't know, somebody slipped them a Mickey or something didn't happen, child. They didn't pass out. But let's continue going. On the surface of Margarita, Arthur wandered around moodily. Ford had thoughtfully left him his copy of the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. Good idea. To while away the time with. He pushed a few buttons at random. The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy is a very unevenly edited book and contains many passages that simply seemed to its editors like a good idea at the time. Isn't that how like most stuff happens? People think it's a good idea at the time.
Usually, sometimes they know it's not a good idea.
Sometimes they do. Cocaine was one of those things.
Okay.
Just saying, people, it seemed like a good idea until it wasn't. One of these, the one author now came across, supposedly relates to the experiences of one Vít Vajok, a quiet young student. We're going to call him VV because I'm not about to sit up here with these crazy weird names, okay? VV, a quiet young student at the University of Maxigern who pursued a brilliant academic career studying ancient philology, transformational ethics, and the wave harmonic theory of historical perception. Is that all 1 degree or like that's a lot?
Yeah.
I hope you working on your doctorate, sir. And then after a night of drinking pan-galactic gargle blasters with ZB president now. And this man seems to always be in the mix doing something that he ain't got no damn business doing. I'm talking about President ZB. But became increasingly obsessed with the problems of what had happened to all the ballpoints, meaning like pens, he brought over the past few years. There followed a long period of painstaking research during which he visited all the major centers of ballpoint lost throughout the galaxy. You got too much time on your hands, is what that pans out to be, sir. And eventually come up with a quaint little theory which quite caught the public imagination at the time. Was it all the doctors stealing the pens? Because I feel like when I was assisting, it was always the doctors walking away with them pens. You know who you are. Somewhere in the cosmos, he said, along with all the planets inhabited by humanoids, reptoids, fishoids, walking treeoids, and super intelligent shades of the color blue, there was also a planet entirely given over to ballpoint life forms. Okay, period. And it was to this planet that unintended ballpoints would make their way, slipping away quietly through wormholes in space to a world where they knew they could enjoy a uniquely ball-penoid lifestyle. Everyone should be so lucky. Space has all kinds of creatures. It has me. It has Oreo Jr. I don't know where we launched up. There he is over there. Scott's there. You're there. Everybody's there. Put in the comment section what you think is out in space. This wonderful mustache could be there. Mm. Responding to highly ballpoint-oriented stimuli and genuinely leading the ballpoint equivalent of the good life. As theories go, this was all fine and pleasant until Vivi suddenly claimed to have found this planet and to have worked there for a while, driving a limousine. They got limousines in space, I guess, for a family of cheap green retractables. Whereupon he was taken away, locked up, wrote a book, and was finally sent to tax exile, which is the usual fate reserved for those who are determined to make fools of themselves in public. I got a few exes that should go to tax exile.
Oh.
How about you guys? When one day an expedition was sent to the spiral coordination that VV had claimed for this planet, they discovered only a small asteroid inhabited by a solitary old man who claimed repeatedly that nothing was true, though he was later discovered to be lying. Mhm. There did, however, remain the question of both the mystery 60,000 Altarian dollars paid yearly to his bank account, and of course, ZB's highly profitable secondhand ballpoint business. So that man got that other man drunk and put some ideas in his head so he could make some money off his business with the ballpoint pens. I'm talking about President ZB. Okay, he the trickster. Arthur read this and put the book down. The robot sat there completely inert. Arthur got up and walked to the top of the crater. He walked around the crater. He watched two suns set magnificently over Margarita. He went down to the crater. He woke the robot up because even a maniacally depressed robot is better to talk to than nobody. No, no. He's just going to make you depressed too, so don't do it. Don't do it. Night's falling, he said. Look, robot, the stars are coming out. From the heart of the dark nebula, it is possible to see very few stars, and only very faintly, but they were there to be seen. The robot obediently looked at them and then looked back. I know, he said. Wretched thing, isn't it? I gotta pretend to be the robot. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
But that sunset, I've never seen anything like it in my wildest dreams. The two suns. It was like mountains on fire boiling into space. I've seen it, Marvin said. It's rubbish. We only ever had the one sun at home, preserved Arthur. I came from a planet called Earth, you know. I know, Marvin said. You keep going on and on about it. It sounds awful. No, it's a beautiful place. Did it have oceans? Yes, Arthur said with a sigh. Great, wide, rolling blue oceans. Can't bear oceans, said Marvin. Tell me, inquired Arthur. Do you get on well with other robots? I hate them, said Marvin. Where are you going? Arthur couldn't bear it anymore. He just got up again. I told you you don't want a depressed robot. You don't want no depressed robot near you, child. That's not what's hot in the streets.
Depressed robot sounds like bad news.
It sounds like Eeyore AI. I think I'll just take another walk, he said. Don't blame you, said Marvin, and counted 597 billion sheep before falling asleep again a second later. Girl, he was useless, child. It don't matter. Arthur slapped his arms about himself to try and get his circulation a little more enthusiastic about his job. I told you should have went back to the ship and went to sleep, but you ain't want to listen. You wanted to do what you wanted to do, Arthur. He trudged back up the wall of the crater. Because the atmosphere was so thin and because there was no moon, nightfall was very rapid and it was very dark by now. Because of this, Arthur practically walked into the old man before he noticed him. We just bumped into an old man just randomly on a planet that's supposed to be deserted.
There's a lot of that going on.
Yeah, there's a lot going on here because this is what we're doing. Okay. He was standing with his back to Arthur, watching the very last glimmers of light sink into blackness beyond the horizon. He was tallish, elderly, and dressed in a single long gray robe. When he turned, his face was thin and distinguished, careworn but not unkind, the sort of face you would happily bank with. But he didn't turn yet, not even to react to Arthur's yelp of surprise. Eventually, the last rays of sun vanished completely, and he turned. His face was still illuminated from somewhere, and when Arthur looked for the source of light, he saw that a few yards away stood a small craft of some kind, a small hovercraft, Arthur guessed. It shed a dim pool of light around it. The man looked at Arthur. Sadly, it seemed. Oh, let me give you a sad look.
Very sad.
Oh. Did I look sad, y'all? Oh,
Very sad.
I know. You chose a cold night to visit our dead planet, he said. Okay. Who are you? Stammered Arthur. The man looked away. Again, a look of sadness seemed to cross his face. My name is not important, he said. He seemed to have something on his mind. Conversation was clearly something he felt he didn't have to rush at. Arthur felt awkward. Sir, what is as awkward as you being on a foreign planet, okay? An alien planet you ain't never been on before. You got left like Shaggy and Scooby, okay? And now you done bumped into some random man there, just sitting there looking sad. Sir, that ain't awkward. That's just crazy as hell.
That it is.
You startled me, he said lamely. The man looked around to him again and slightly raised his eyebrows. He said. I said you startled me. Do not be alarmed. I will not harm you. Arthur frowned at him. But you shot at us. There were missiles, he said. The man gazed into the pit of the crater. The slight glow from Marvin's eyes cast very faint red shadows at the large crevasse carcass of the well. The man chuckled slightly. An automatic system, he said, and gave a small sigh. Ancient computers ranged in the bowels of a planet ticked away the dark millennia, and the ages hang heavy on their dusty databanks. I think they take the occasional pot shot to relieve the monotony. So the computers are bored. He looked gravely at Arthur and said, I'm a great fan of science, you know? Scott, fan of science.
Okay.
This mustache and these eyebrows say I'm into science.
Yeah. Love the mustache and eyebrows.
Oh, really? Said Arthur, who was beginning to find the man's curious, kindly manners disconcerting. Oh, yes, said the old man, and simply stopped talking again. Ah, said Arthur. He had an odd feeling of being like a man in the act of adultery who is surprised when the woman's husband wanders into the room, changes his trousers, okay, girl, passes a few idle remarks about the weather, and leaves again. He just gonna ignore the fact that you in there with the wife and y'all getting it in. Okay, period. You seem ill at ease, said the old man with a polite concern. No. Well, yes. Actually, you see, I wasn't really expecting to find anybody about, in fact. I sort of gathered that you were all unalived or something. Unalive, said the old man. Good gracious me. No, we have been asleep. Sleeping, said Arthur incredulously. Yes, through the economic recession, you see. Girl, can y'all put me to sleep during the economic recession? I think we about to go into one now. Can y'all put me to sleep? And hook me up to an IV with wild berry margaritas. Are you noting that? What would y'all like to be hooked up during your economic recession sleep? Put it in the comment section. Said the old man, apparently unconcerned about whether Arthur understood a word he was talking about or not. Arthur had to prompt him again. Economic recession? Well, you see, 5 million years ago, the galactic economy collapsed. And seeing that custom built planets are something of a luxury commodity, you see, he paused and looked at Arthur. You know, we build planets. Do you? He asked solemnly. Well, yes, said Arthur. I sort of gathered. Sir, how you know this man make planets? This your first planet outside of Earth. How you know what this man do? You just met him. Fascinating trade, said the old man. A wistful look came into his eyes. Doing the coastlines was always my favorite. Used to have endless fun just doing a little bit in foragers. I don't know what that is. So anyway, he said, trying to find his thread again. The recession came, and we decided it would save a lot of bother if we just slept through it. Period.
There you go.
Duh. It just seems it's so easy. Like it's so common sense. It's just easy. Let's just go to sleep. So we programmed the computers to revive us when it was all over. The man stifled a very slight yawn and continued. He must have just woke up. Your money okay, sir? The computers were index linked to the galactic stock market prices, you see, so that we all would be revived when somebody else had rebuilt the economy enough to afford our rather expensive services. There's a lot of places that need to take this on. Like, just go to sleep and then come back when people got money again. Period. Author, a regular Guardian reader, was deeply shocked at this. That's a pretty unpleasant way to behave, isn't it? No, it makes some damn sense to me. It is, asked the old man mildly. I'm sorry, I'm a bit out of touch. He pointed down to the crater. Is that robot yours? He said. No, came a thin metallic voice from the crater. I'm mine's. If you called it a robot, said Arthur, it's more of a sort of electric sulking machine. Girl, it's Eeyore AI. It's AI Eeyore, honey. Okay. Bring it, said the old man. Arthur was quite surprised to hear a note of decision suddenly present in the old man's voice. He called to Marvin, who crawled up the slope, making a big show of being lame, which he wasn't. On second thoughts, said the old man, leave it here. Mm-hmm. You must come with me. Great things are afoot. He turned towards his craft, which, through no apparent signal had been given, now drifted quietly towards them in the dark. Girl, he got that high tech. He got that high tech, and they got money. Arthur looked down at Marvin, who now made an equally big show of turning around laboriously and trudging off down the crater again, murmuring sour nothings to himself. Come, said the old man. Come now, or you'll be late. Late, said Arthur. What for? What is your name, human? Dent. Arthur Dent, said Arthur. Late, as in late, Dent, Arthur Dent. Okay, girl, English is his second language, probably. I don't even know how this man understands English. I guess maybe he got one of them fish in. I don't know.
Could be.
But he 5 million years old, so maybe he just knows everything.
A lot of time to learn stuff.
When you look like this, you ain't got nothing but time to learn. Period. It is sort of a threat, you see. Another wistful look came into his old, tired eyes. I've never been good at them myself, but I'm told you can be very effective. Arthur blinked at him. What an extraordinary person, he said to himself. I beg your pardon, said the old man. Oh, nothing. I'm sorry, said Arthur in embarrassment. All right. Where do we go? In my air car, said the old man, motioning Arthur to get into the craft, which had settled silently next to them. We are going deep into the bowels of the planet, where even now our race is being revived from its 5 million year slumber. Margaretha awakens. Arthur shivered involuntarily as he seated himself next to the old man. The strangeness of it, the silent bobbing movement of the craft as it soared into the night sky quite unsettled him. Sir, you better get ready because, baby, you on this journey. He looked at the old man, his face illuminated by the dull glow of tiny lights on the instrument panel. Excuse me, he said to him. What is your name, by the way? My name, said the old man, and the same distant sadness came into his face. He paused. My name is Slart the Bartfast.
Okay.
That's my name too, because I'm playing his character today.
Oh.
Yeah.
Unless you Salafi or Bartfast.
Yeah, that's yeah. You did good. Arthur practically choked. I beg your pardon, he sputtered. Slaarthy Bart Fast, repeated the man quietly. Slaarthy Bart Fast? The old man looked at him gravely. This is the look he would have given. The old man looked at him gravely. I said it wasn't important, he said. The air car sailed through the night. We're going to do one more little quick chapter, and then I'm going to let y'all go. It is important, and it is an important and popular fact that things are not always what they seem. For instance, on the planet Earth, man had always assumed that he was more intelligent than dolphins because he had achieved so much. The wheel, New York, wars, I don't know if that's an achievement, and so on. While all the dolphins had ever done was muck about in the water, having a good time, which is what everybody's striving for. I don't know why we're acting like that's not a feat or a challenge to accomplish. But conversely, the dolphins had always believed they were far more intelligent than man for precisely the same reasons. Curiously enough, the dolphins had long known of the impending destruction of the planet Earth and had made many attempts to alert mankind to the danger. But most of their communication was misinterpreted as amusing attempts to punch footballs or whistle for tidbits. So they eventually gave up and left Earth by their own means shortly before the Vogons arrived. Smart. Smarter than the humans. The last ever dolphin message was misinterpreted as a surprisingly sophisticated attempt to do a double backward somersault through a hoop while whistling the Star-Spangled Banner. They're really smart. But in fact, the message was this: so long and thanks for all the fish. I say that with great joy because that's one of the titles of the next books in this, series. In fact, there was only one species on Earth more intelligent than dolphins. And they spent a lot of time in behavioral research laboratories running around inside wheels and conducting frighteningly elegant and subtle experiments on men. The fact that once again man completely misinterpreted this relationship was entirely according to these creatures' plans. They want us to be underestimated.
Wow.
Okay. We're going to end it there on chapter 23. We're almost done with this book, y'all. We almost done. We're doing it. We finishing books, though. Okay, so we're going to end it there. You guys, of course, I want to know, what did you learn from these 3 chapters? Scott, what did you learn? Put it in the comment section, you guys. Scott, what did you learn?
Well, just kind of overall, really, just like if you go hitchhiking through the universe, don't know what kind of crazy stuff you're going to run into or who you're going to meet along the way.
Period. But I feel like life is like that too.
Well, it's even crazier when you do it through the galaxy.
Period. It's just everybody, anything can just pop up. Anything. What I learned from this passage is go to sleep. Bad times happen, go to sleep. If there's economic recession, just go to sleep, baby. Put it on pause. And I don't believe sleep is like getting to bed, like, getting to bed and lay down. Sometimes you got to put that money put that money to sleep, baby. Put all that shopping to sleep. Put it to sleep, baby. Okay, put it away. Lock it up until it's time to wake back up once the economy gets good again. Period. Just like I didn't forgot his name, whatever his name was. Slylar Bart. Him.
It's called Bart.
Bart for short. So put it to sleep. If you're in a recession, which America is going into one here, or we might be in one, I don't know. Go and put that money to sleep, girl. Put that, or girl, boy, whoever, put that shopping to sleep. Put all that excess stuff to sleep until it gets better. Period. That's what I got.
All right.
Okay, guys. Well, we're going to end it here. And of course, we'll be back tomorrow with Sunday Fun Day School, and we'll do more chapters of this. We're almost done with the book. But until then, we're going to bid you guys adieu. As always, we enjoy having you guys here, and we hope that you guys enjoy hanging out with us. So, from wherever make sure you guys like, share, subscribe, check out some other videos if you would like. So from wherever we are to wherever you guys are, anywhere in the galaxy, baby. Peace, love, and happiness. Skinnamarink dinky dink. And we'll see you guys tomorrow for Sunday Funday School. Boo.